Hi there, this is Sifu Slim, and I have a question for Guylaine, and then maybe Ghanshyam will also add his point of view. It's about balance and excessive behavior that we sometimes train kids to do. Kids have a lot of energy, so they do like to run, they do like to play hard, but they also like that downtime normally. But sometimes we keep pushing them with more courses, more coaching, more martial arts classes, more trips, more exchange programs. It's just this constant barrage. So I was going to ask Guylaine if she has any thoughts about the right way to teach kids about balance and the ability to say no to all of this excessive behavior that sometimes we coaches and parents and educators pass on to these kids. How do you teach a child how to say no?
Well, it's interesting because us, with the help of the palm, your hand, because that's your best friend, we can see even from a young age, we see the children, and you can see that sometimes maybe they're being pushed, but it's against their will. And maybe there will be a slower development. That's not mean they're not intelligent, they're not physically in shape. But that's what I love, again, like the tool we have, it's unique, it's you, it's your own hand. And then we can gauge the student or the children exactly what to do. But my own experience, my mom always told me, Guylaine, if you're happy, that's all I want. So for me, I learned from that. So when I see a kid, it's what will make the kid happy. And then the mother should be happy because the children is happy.
How do we teach the kid what really makes them happy in a balanced way, rather than the word we use in English, freaking out and going crazy too many times per day? Like we have this big problem with hyperactivity. We have attention deficit disorder. Some of that could be, there's many facets, but some of that could be we stick them in a room, we tell them to sit, and then we tell them it's free time, and then they explode. How do we teach them more like a Qigong, yoga, guru balance?
Like Ghanshyam said before, we're in a very important time now where people have the need to the balance, because exactly you have too many children with hyperactivity or stress, and they're young, and what they give them either pills or and that's our children.
Or we beat them. Pills or we beat them and say behave.
Yeah, exactly. So we don't want to do that. So again, for me, like the teaching will be if they can know themselves who they are. What's your strength? What's your weakness?
How do they get to know themselves?
For me, I would say, well, come and have your palm read. Come to see the real palmistry, the Vedic, the Birla center method, because then with that you see exactly. And everyone is again unique. And then everyone will just go, oh, okay, me, I can work like that. I can do this. Maybe one want to be successful, but another one no. And they can be in the same family. That's even a problem because competition will be there. So we work with that. Ghanshyam helps so many kids.
See, my take on this particular question of Sifu is very crystal clear. Even when we do yoga, yoga has either 8 parts or, according to Tantra, 6 parts, and both of them relate to self-inquiry. Everything begins with self-inquiry in both systems. Yoga as well, we call Swadhyaya. Yoga word is Swadhyaya, meaning understanding yourself. So we are super fortunate that the technology of astrology, palmistry create just that. So when a child coming with hyperactivity or attention disorder, etc., we take their print, we see their chart, we tell them what are their positive qualities, what are their negative qualities. And because we have 2 hands, left hand, which is inactive, suppose, then it becomes the cause, and right hand becomes the effect. So in reference to cause and effect, we recognize what the prenatal karma was, what the postnatal karma is. We help them to understand these are the limits of the child. You push child too much and you threaten the child, you won't have this, you won't have that, if you don't do that, you don't behave that. Naturally they resent. Everyone is blessed with a free will and yet at the same time free ego. So children continue to distribute their own indifferences, and basically they begin to insult everyone around it. So when we teach the child, you have very short fingers, you have impatience problem, you have too much restlessness, too much anxiety, you are stubborn, you don't listen, you are not this and that. We suggest that to the parents. So my experience with my grandchildren, for example, I ask very peacefully, so you love your school? Yeah. He said, what is the best thing you like? Oh, when the teacher is nice, then I am normal. When teacher is very aggressive, then I think they are not good teachers. A 6-year-old child telling that. So we take their handprint and we see child is inquisitive, intelligent, sensitive, quiet, cooperative, but under threat, he does not behave good. Another, his brother, I have 2 grandchildren, his brother, he spoke more or less the same language. So I suggested him, is it possible you can sit down quietly and think what kind of your teacher should be? How do you expect your teacher should behave with you? They don't want to listen. I told them I don't like aggression, and they say, no, if somebody is wrong, you have to really put them in their place. A bad teacher will speak like that. I said, no, give love from your heart. And listen, there is this particular breathing technique you can employ, you can do, and see how your parents feel about it. And even my son and his wife, my daughter-in-law, said that whenever they are doing yoga, as you suggested them, surprisingly, they are no longer the boss. I am the boss. I teach them basically the concept. Go to your yoga room, you will be able to feel, you said when you meditate, you don't have anger. So now show me that you have no anger. I would like you to not do this and that, just so that your mind can be calm and peaceful. So the main thing, yoga really brings us the necessity for self-inquiry. So from the self-inquiry of the parents, from the self-inquiry, the child himself, herself, we learn that children are truly blessed, fortunately, with a desire to know, with a desire to act, with a desire to accomplish, with a desire to do better and best. And we harness their energy by virtue of teaching them etiquette, calmness, tranquility, peace, meditation, because they want to do good work. They want to concentrate better. They want to develop better memory. So it's a long process, I know, without fail. But fortunately, I think we have been very successful. We have many, many, many parents who brought their children, and we teach the parents and the child sometime together to understand each other better. And this allows us, when we say, okay, now you are doing that, come back in 3 months, 6 months, and their lives are changing. When they see that, oh my God, there's a connection of brain and to the hand. Wow, that's good. So we feel satisfied because we are really creating a good child today for a better citizen tomorrow.
That's wonderful. So we wish you all the best in your health, happiness, and wellness. And I'm Sifu Slim with Guylaine and Ghanshyam from Canada. And tell us your website in case people want to find out more about you.
birlacenter.com.
Birla, B-E-R?
B-I-R-L-A, center.com, and you'll meet us.
B-I-R-L-A?
Yep.
Center.
C-E-N-T-E-R.
Yep.
.com.
English word.
Yeah.
And the town we're in right now?
Is CHÉNÉVILLE,
CHÉNÉVILLE.
Quebec.
CHÉNÉVILLE, that's like Oak City.
Exactly.
CHÉNÉVILLE in Canada. And
Yeah.
wishing you all the best, and namaste.
Namaste. Thank you very much. We wish you best in your book. We wish best all the humanity, and we try to unite our forces to sow the seed of health, happiness, and joy.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow, huh? That's great.
All right.